And good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Music Free Gaming, all the gaming of those other streams, but none of the music. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday, and I am capable of telling which day of the week it is. So, got that going for me. And we got some snow today, which is always pretty. So, yeah, it's been a day. All right, so let's see. Anything else going on? I don't think so. I think that's good. Let's go ahead and whoosh right over here back into Minecraft. And yeah, so let's jump back over to the project. So today, I mean, obviously, the last couple of days, I've been working on this thing, right? Which has been its own special breed of crazy. So I'm just looking to see what I've got in the way of empty shulkers and the like. All right, so let's take this one. So it's not empty, but will be momentarily. All right, so just throw that there. And these guys all are empty, so that's good. So basically, I've got a small problem. It's not a, and it is really a small problem. It's not, it's a huge in the traditional sense, I suppose, but the problem here is that there is a mountain in the middle of my castle. Right, so here's the castle. Here's the mountain. And it sort of fills my castle. And so I need to start cleaning out a bunch of this garbage. So that's going to be the plan here for a brief time anyway. All right, so that's step one. Let's clean out some of this stuff. All right, now, I also brought a bunch of these shulkers with me so that I can have a nice convenient place to throw stuff later. All right, so let's see. I think, how do I want to do this? Uh-oh. That's not at all what I wanted to have happen. Not even just a little bit. No. No, I think that's not how that's supposed to work. Okay. Now there's this small whoa. There's this small problem here that it's getting to be dark and I've totally forgotten how to get to my storage. Here we go. There is storage all around. Oh, hey, I've got a crossbow. I don't know why I have a crossbow. I was cleaning out some inventory space earlier, so that's probably it. Yep, I need to actually sit down and build myself a shulker unloader. But I think that's going to happen at some other point in time. For now, I'm going to sit here and go diggy for a while. There is just so much to take out here. Of course, it would also probably be nice if I picked up this stuff. I do want to make sure I grab all of this good stuff, all of these resources, because at some point, oh, darn it, I might actually need to, use them. There's going to be a lot of building going on here, so it's, eventually there's going to be a lot of building going on here. At least that's the theory. All right. Okay. Oh, hey, that's the wrong pickaxe. Cool. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything. It's just means I end up getting cobblestone instead of regular stone, which is okay. I certainly need both of those things. Okay. And let's see. I think I'm already down all the way to... yeah. I'm already down to the right level over here. So... cool. So now it's just a matter of digging all this nonsense out, which is going to be fun. I remember how gravel works, right? It's a shovel. Okay, so basically, I'm just gonna load up a lot of this stuff in there. And we'll throw all the... oops. Oh, stop. Stop. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to throw everything in those shulkers. Drop them in the... drop her in the storage system, right? Oops, that's too far. Okay, let's go and just fill this back in. I don't know how... so I haven't decided yet what I'm going to be doing for the floor here, but I'm sure it will be something. Ack. Gravel is definitely has its moments. This is not one of them. Okay, once again, too far down. Pay attention. So, how's everybody's day been going? Hopefully, hopefully good. All right. Oh, hey, you know what? There's apparently some darkness over here. Let's do something about that. Oh, I'm getting full too, which is fine at dinner, less fine for your inventory. Or, you know, my inventory. Hey, your inventory can be full. That's okay too. If you're into that sort of thing, go for it. You too can have a full inventory. All right. Oh, there are a couple of dark spots. Let's do something about that too, because I don't need dark spots in my castle. At least not while I'm digging it out and before I'm ready to remove all of the other spawning capabilities. Okay, the top of the wall is a different story. That's just going to be dangerous, but I guess that's okay. Ah, boy. So, fun the other day, too. In case you hadn't noticed. Oh, actually, I don't remember if I have a bot command set up in the bot. Riley's falling down on the job. So, I do have a new YouTube channel that's specifically for, you know, all sorts of stuff. Oh, don't tell me the... hello, Wolven? Don't tell me that's being slow again. You know, I'm trying to decide if I want to refresh that and hope it plays or not. I'll refresh it. Maybe it'll play. I hope. You know, you just can't win. I don't know why it ends up being so slow. That's just craziness. That's it. I've totally, yep. No, see, I want those cool things to happen because it's fun when I get scared out of my pants by random creeper sounds. I see. What I really wish I could do is just then tell it to play again, but sadly, it doesn't do that. Anyway, how's it going for you today, Wolven? I think I did tell it to refresh too, so hopefully. Honestly, I don't know if there's a way for me to test it either before I go live because it just. There it is. There it is. Finally. Stream alerts, you're wonderful, but not really. There we go. Also, thank you for all those bits. I really should say that more. But yeah, it worked eventually. I'm like, well, I was going to make some bad joke about people working and not working. Ah, good. I'm glad you're doing well. Let's throw a few torches out here just to push back the spawning just a touch. Oh man, it's been a day. I don't know why. Probably because days are just how things happen in the world. But we measure time that way. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the snow. I love snow. I really do. But yeah, the cloudiness can sort of, I suppose, get a little depressing at times. All right. How much space do we have here? Not that much. All right. So the plan here, we'll just fill up a couple of these shulkers, take them back, swap them out for others. You know how it is. Uh-oh. 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 Ah, he's still working on the North Gatehouse in your world. Awesome. That's fun. It's always fun when you can get a good. Whoops. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna come down this way. It's always fun when you have a good project to work on. It's just one of those times. It's like I want to. The next thing I want to work on here is in this area, so I really do have to clean out all of this garbage. Not quite as. There we go. Not quite as anti-dirt as someone like the Frog Queen, but it is sort of in the way right now. But yep. But sometimes it's like, okay, I've got a big project. That means I'm going to be spending the next. I'm going to be spending the next couple of hours deleting a mountain. Which I'm told anything is possible with an endless supply of cheap labor. You can ask the Egyptians. Oh, so this the server has Power Tools mod enabled. So this particular pickaxe, I've got a couple of them that have that feature to them. Oops, hey, I should probably find a bed. Yep, so it's nice for doing bigger things like this. I mean, the beacon certainly helps. The problem is the plugin hasn't been updated in a while. So it doesn't know about netherite. So I can't put netherite on these pickaxes that are hammers, because then they lose all of their hammer capabilities. It's a little bit annoying, but it's okay. But I'll tell you, this beat's doing what that was a Stingin', I think, he's just digging out this ridiculously deep hole. It's like, oh, here, yeah, I'm just going to dig this 100 block wide circle from surface to bedrock. That'll be great. Yep, this is going to be well, long and boring, but it needs to be done for me to move on to the next phase in this project. All right, all right, all right. Uh-oh. Wait. Efficiency is cool, but man, I do occasionally end up tearing out a couple more blocks than I want to. Okay, there we go. Good news is this shouldn't take too long. Right, I've only been going here for about 15 minutes, and we got that whole section out. I'd like to get down to around this area here, because I think that's going to just about finish where I want the curve to go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Apparently I was off just a little bit. Oh. Okay, once again. Oh, but yeah, it was fun. I got my got the new YouTube channel up. Got a new video thing going. You know, was it stream recap? That's it. Got some time lapse of the gate build from the other day. That's right. Clearing is half the build, especially when you're doing something along these lines. And since I have dwarvish tendencies and like to build in mountains, it haps a lot. Oh, nice. That'll be cool to see. Yep, seeing those. That's why I like having that. The Minecraft channel in the Discord for those types of things. Yeah, I was looking at too, because the server updated to 1.16.5, and it's like, okay, I need to start looking at updating all of the things. Same mindset as your son. Okay, that's right. Diggy. Well, it's like, what was the song? Diggy Hole, right? From. I may have to go find that one. Add that to my playlist. But anyway, so I was looking at getting the plugins all upgraded on my client. The problem is I play Minecraft on a couple of different desktops. I play on the Windows box here that I stream. Oops. Apparently it didn't like the phrase "a" and followed by the word "hole." I couldn't imagine why when you're talking about digging a hole. Thank you, Automod. You are a friend when I need one. Anyway, so I had thoughts. I don't remember what they are. It happens. Thoughts disappear. Oh, anyway, so I play on this box, and then I occasionally, if I don't reboot from work, I play on Linux over on my work setup. And then, of course, occasionally I'll be setting up, just other Minecraft installs for playing with some other things. It's like, I want all of my client plugins there. So I've been toying with the idea of building up a mod pack just so I don't have to go download the 10 or 15 different things I've got going on. Oops, I guess I don't really need the... Okay. Well... Okay. Let's just go ahead and drop these ones in the... drop these ones in the sorter. Go clean out the rest. This is why I built this sorter. So I spent that time building the spontaneous sorter here the other day. It's so that I can just throw those in there. Okay. Yeah, you know, and it's just going to be a lot more convenient. Yeah, it's like, okay, I don't just grab the mod pack. Sure, I have to go download everything once. But it's once, and then I can just upload my mod pack to my web server. Yeah, get it all set up. Okay, those should all be empty. Great. Yeah, so it'll I suppose it'll keep me busy one of these days. Ah, wrong hammer. Okay. The pickaxe does one thing. The hammer does something else entirely. Unless I crouch, and then it does the whole single block instead of the 3x3. Except it just tears out everything because of the efficiency. Because yay, efficiency! Yep, and it's not like I do a lot, but it's a number of things, right? It's the Vanilla Tweaks resource packs that I have to make to put arrows on the hoppers and the other redstone thing. It's the you know, sodium for the basically IO, the lighting lag and those sort of efficiencies. There are some issues Vanilla has on occasion, like when I go into my storage, where it just doesn't like the lighting updates from all of the redstone. All right, so I've got that, you know, logical zoom, because I'm not using Optifine, so I still want to be able to zoom, right? So I got a number of those things. You know, what do I have? It's not that many mods, actually. Item scroller, logical zoom, mini hide, right? And plus there are a number of dependencies that they have. So, you know, trying to get all that stuff sorted out. Anytime there's an update, it's like, you know, this sucks. Can I just do this once? And yeah, the answer to that is absolutely. Just have to build your own mod pack. So this server, it's actually run by a streamer named Mandolin. Go give her a shout out.
Shout out to Mandolin.
Yeah, she's another fun, family-friendly streamer. She hasn't been able to stream much because of some chronic migraine issues she's been having for months. I think she said her current migraine episode has been going on since October, which sucks. As someone who gets occasional migraines, I really feel for her having to deal with them chronically. Yeah, it's not great. Plus, she hasn't been able to stream as much. She used to stream during the day fairly regularly, but with her kids home because of COVID stuff, you know, schools being closed, that type of thing. Even when she's feeling reasonably good during the day, she can't stream because the kids are there. So, you know, it's but yeah, so this is for her community server, and it's a really nice builder friendly server. I've taken a lot of ideas from it. One of the things I'm looking at doing, and it's a Patreon sub goal actually, is I'm looking at setting up a server for my Patreon subs. You know, and then eventually, you know, if I get enough if we get enough subs, oh, maybe I'll set up one for the rest of the community as well. But I like a lot of the builder-friendly things that she's got going on. Right, she's got a nice quarry that you can go to and just mine out a lot of the resources. Um, Sand, for example, is really nice. You know, oh, we'll just go hit this up and so you can smelt enough glass, right? Glowstone is another one. You know, she's got the Guardian farm going. You know, for all of the those good things. You know, and so as I've been looking at the idea of setting up a sub server. You know, I've taken a lot of those ideas and said, okay, I really like this anyway. just as me as a builder, I like having a lot of those things available. So yeah, we'll do. Yep, I've thought about that too. So the other thing is she's given us all the power to fly, which is nice. But you know, and I sit there, I talk about how I like the challenge of survival, and then I play on a server where she's taken a lot of the challenge away. Can always use medieval builders. Yep. Well, sometimes I build medieval. Actually, a lot of the time I do. Because honestly, I think Minecraft's block set makes it sort of cries out for that. But often I want to do something else. Sometimes, though, I'm really bad at doing anything like modern. Right? I've tried that a few times. Sometimes it's worked, and sometimes it hasn't worked quite as well. But all right, next box. But yep, But on the other hand, I do like the medieval styles. I said it was not hard to convince me to go build a castle. Ragnarok also has 4 seasons. Nice. Yeah. Guess it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to throw them all in the sorters anyway. Okay. Well, that one's full. I figure since I'm landing right there next to those shulker boxes, I might as well just drop off my inventory. Heck. The one problem with this is occasionally I fall too fast and it doesn't quite pick this up. Cool. Yeah, I may hit you up for that at some point. Yeah, it's one thing I worry about sometimes is some worlds get really heavy in the PvP, and I can't stand PvP. Honestly, you know, that's the other thing I really like about this server is like, you know what, it's super friendly. We did have somebody drop in a few weeks ago that they're a new player. One of their friends was a longtime member of the server. Oh, nice. That's good. Yeah, so friend was a longtime member, and the friend got on the server and started stealing from people. Oh, well, you know. Well, that's it. Mandolin's kids will occasionally go PvP, but that's them in general. It's, you know, people aren't supposed to be going and stealing from others' bases and things like that. Yep, we had this new player. He came on, and I dropped in to what I've been referring to my mall. It's my smaller villager trading arena. Village? Area? Whatever. Anyway, so I had that, and I was looking, like, wait a minute. I don't remember leaving this door open, because I'm pretty whoa, pretty aggressive about, not quite obsessive about it, but about closing my doors. And this was a piston door, so it was pretty, it's not one of those things where I would have accidentally closed it or something, or accidentally opened it because it was just out of the way. Yeah, but then it was, oh, okay. Why you lag now? That's it. I've confused the server. It really doesn't like whatever's happening here right now. I'm digging too fast. It can't keep up with my power. Yep. That's it. Well, you know, it's that's the power tools plus all of the efficiency and the mining haste and all that good stuff. I'm sure the server is taking some exception to what's going on here today. But yeah, so I was going through and I had a bunch of enchanted armor for my shop. And oh look, one suit is gone and replaced by damaged unenchanted armor. It's like, okay, Mandolin, I think we've got a problem here. Yep, so. But yeah, it's good. I really like it here. So as I've been looking at my own, you know, what I'd want to do is I set up my own, you know, my own server. What is this? A lot of those things I want to bring over. Of course, the problem with that, and it's one I'm of two minds of. The problem with that is it does sort of ruin any sort of server economy you may want to set up. Because, yeah, a lot of the blocks, they're all, oops, come on, get in there. You know, they're all available in the quarry. It's like, well, I guess there's no reason to sell this and or sell that or. Yep. So it's like, okay, I've got a couple of shops, but do I really need them? Does anybody really need them? Okay, that one's full. All right, two more. But still, it does make it really nice when, oh yeah, hey, we've got a nice quarry location to get gilded blackstone, for example. It's like, ooh, I could do all sorts of cool stuff with that. Or, you know, all the glowstone or the just regular blackstone for that matter. So yeah, it's really cool, and I like it. But then again, it's like, okay, is there really a market for, or is there a place for a player economy? It's like, yeah. And so yeah, so that's my internal debate of, well, do I want to do this? Do I want to set up a server economy? Do I really care? I mean, it's, yep. All right, yep. Well, have fun. Thanks for stopping by, and also for all those bits and stuff, and for at least the attempt to scare me out of my wits with the creeper sounds, despite stream alerts not cooperating. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to hit them up and ask what's going on, because I'm curious. Like, okay, this works. Is there a way I can test this to be sure it works before the stream starts, and not, you know, after my happy viewers have tried to scare me out of my wits and have not been able to. All right. Oh, come back here. Come back here. I have got you. Of course, the other drawback to digging all this stuff out is it's not very funny. When sitting here thinking, like, you know, I was like, because I was going through all the video editing and stuff, and boy, that's been a special breed of fun. And it's like, all right, cool, grabbing, you know, fun clips and stuff like that. It's like, okay, this is cool, but a lot of those weird comments that just come up during a stream they often come up just because of whatever I'm building. This is not super conducive to that sort of improv. Oh well, I guess I'll worry about it at some other date. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take these 3 boxes. Go dump them in the sorter. Hopefully it's done. That would be no. Okay, well then. This is where I need the automated shulker unloader. All right, well. Oh, you know what I think I've got? I do have more hoppers. Do I really want to throw more of those things in there? I don't know, but at least what I can do is I can dump these in the chest. Hopefully not clog the system up too much. I had to slow down the dispenser. You can hear it clicking a lot slower than you might think because it was going so fast that it was the hoppers up top weren't able to keep up with it. Just, I have to admit, a little bit unexpected for me. Okay. Here, just throw all of those in there. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. Of course, I made the mistake of slapping those guys down facing in a way I can't open them, so yay me or something, I guess. Let's just get that out of there. All right. Okay, so are those 3 mostly empty? They come out at night, mostly. All right. So let's see. We got anything here? I dump in that box, but I can't. So on the other hand, I can just come over here and dump them in there. That's okay too. All right. Okay, so that's good to know. That's going to be slower than I was hoping for, but that's all right. I'm making progress. So let's see. Where am I now? I am to here. So I'm about halfway done with what I wanted to get done as far as clearing out the mountain today. So that's a good thing. Okay. Let's take that out. Clean out all this stuff. But yeah, so it's been interesting learning the ins and outs, there we go, of DaVinci Resolve. Just been an interesting little program. It's actually a really nice video editing package. It's got some cool features, I suppose, if you actually pay for it. But their free version works really well for what I need it to do. You know, it does a lot of, well, it just does a lot of what I need, honestly. it'll stitch clips together. It can edit them out. Uh, and one of the things I really like, started playing with that this week, was setting up titles, so it could do like lower thirds and things like that. So that's been fun. I've been uploading a lot of those clips to TikTok and to Twitter to some extent. And it's nice being able to throw on a lower third on those guys. Say, oh, look, yes, go to. These are from Twitch. You really want to go to this channel because it's awesome. Whether it actually works or not, because that's the thing. Discovery on Twitch is kind of middling. Not great. It's if you're not one of the in the top page of streamers, nobody's going to find you, which is why my channel has remained as small as it has forever. But so then it comes the, all right, how do I go about finding ways to market my stream, get the stream out there? So it's like, well, start spamming social media, which I'm sure all of those people are super thrilled about. And yeah, what I've been really bad about too is getting pictures up on Instagram. So it's I need to do more of that. Yeah, welcome to Pearl Stalker's Failings on Music Free Gaming. I, of course, am Pearl Stalker, so, it's just how it goes. Alright, so let's go ahead and slap all this stuff in. Yep, it's one of the reasons when I was looking at, when YouTube was giving me troubles while I was multi-streaming, it's one of the reasons I chose to go to Mixer, because that's where I was seeing all the growth, right? YouTube was stagnant, especially once the adpocalypse hit. They deny it, but they did something to the discoverability, because where I used to get, people regularly in my streaming channel, which is now where all the stream archives are uploaded. Yeah, I'd regularly get a couple of new people, a new sub, that type of thing. It was dead. I got nothing for months. Yeah. Twitch was the same way. Twitch was even worse in a lot of ways, as far as people following, heck, I've been streaming for 5 years, didn't hit affiliate on Twitch until just a few months ago. So, it's just one of those things. Like, all right, I'd really like the channel to become a little bit more vibrant, I suppose I could paint it bright pink. That's about as vibrant as you could get, I suppose. All right, so yeah, I'm starting to play with all this stuff, and it's stuff I'm really bad at. This whole marketing thing. It's like it's important. I know it's important. I know why it's important. I have no idea how to do it. And neither apparently does anybody else. And it doesn't help that I have personally been trying to get off social media to the greatest extent possible. frankly, I've come to the conclusion that most social media as it exists today is a cancer on society. Some of it's really cool. You know, Pinterest is usually fairly chill. But, but man, you get Twitter, Facebook, man, it's just vile cesspools of nonsense. To, when I'm considering muting my own sister, on Facebook because of political rants, it's like, I want to see the cute pictures of my niece she posts on occasion, but I don't want to sit there and wade through all of her political ranting. So yeah, it's an issue, but it's not even politics. I've talked about it before, and I've talked about it on my sub blog a few times. Which, if you subscribe over on Patreon, it's available for Patreon subs. But the idea that if you don't agree completely with whatever the consensus is, you are wrong and deserve to be shunned. And that's just not cool, man. That one I think is still empty. So meander over here. At least one of these should be cleaned out, I think. At this point, they should be. Fairly certain I'm close enough to this. Oh, well, that one's not. All right, well, who knows? I'm actually not super curious. Oh, nothing is going anymore because of... All right. It jammed. That's not great. Alright, so we'll load this up manually, I suppose. Which, to be fair, is faster. I was just kind of hoping to not have to do that. I really just wanted it to empty those shulker boxes while I was mining, and then they'd be done, and... Okay. Okay, well, and then of course these guys... Well, those guys I'm going to have to wait, unfortunately. So, alright, well, let's take a nap and go fill that up. But yeah, all of that... lovely pain and suffering that is social media. But man, I'm so close to getting this done. At least this section of the demountainification of my castle, because that's absolutely a word. All right, go this way. The castle wall over here kind of shifts, right? You can see it's all going sideways and stuff. So I want to kind of handle this one a little bit more carefully. Just to keep this, from tearing out the wall that I would say carefully. I'm not entirely sure careful is the a word I would use to describe that, but it's close enough. Yeah, so yeah, and then of course it doesn't help that services like TikTok show up, and then I just feel old. Yeah, it feels like, TikTok feels like one of those services that's for like, 16-year-olds or 18-year-olds. And I am well beyond that stage of my life. All right. But, I'm trying. This old man plays with internet. People laugh. Okay. It's, back when I used to be hooked into all this garbage, Back in my day, when social media meant email. Yep, that's actually something I've been really interested in. So, I've worked in internet services for a long time. Okay, it's just where my career path has taken me, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. One of the things I used to do was run a mail server, which, if you've never run a mail server, count yourself lucky. That kind of stinks. But one of the reasons email is as successful as it is because it's not tied to anybody, right? Sure, I may have an account through Gmail, or I may have an account through Hotmail or whatever, right? But it doesn't matter because I can communicate with anybody else with an email address, right? So if I've got a Hotmail account, I can email somebody at Gmail, and it's no big thing, right? That's one of the reasons email was so successful. Except, most social media doesn't behave that way. If you want to talk to somebody on Facebook, you have to be on Facebook. Same with Twitter, same with just about anything else. Okay, there are a few out there, services like Mammoth, which are really interesting. Diaspora. These types of really niche services that are protocol based. So you can communicate with anybody on any other platform using the same protocol. It's just not Mammoth, it's Mastodon. Excuse me. I gets my things backwards. But if you have an account on a Mastodon server, you can communicate with any number of other Mastodon servers. And it's fine. You have a username that's along the lines of an email address. It's user@service. Well, Twitter, apparently, is trying to push something like this. Now, I was reading a story. It may have been on I don't remember, it was the Register maybe, or the Verge. I can't recall. One of those myriads of tech sites. So Twitter is in an interesting position. They are number 2 in the industry. Facebook, obviously, being the 2.6 billion pound gorilla. That's about how many users they have. Twitter only has something like 300 million users. So they're big, but they're not the same. They're not in the same weight class as Facebook, which means they actually have an advantage in some ways that they're big enough they can take risks, and people will actually pay attention. So it's the issues that, like, Google, as large as they were, couldn't get Google Plus to take off because nobody was really on it. Plus, it had some interface issues, some other things. But still, Google, large as they were, couldn't get a social network to take off. Heck, they had a service that was a microblogging service just like Twitter that they killed off, which is the story of Google. People are going to be doing history on tech companies in the distant future. And how would you describe Google? Well, they're the company that tried lots of things and none of them worked. So it's like whether it was Google Plus or Wave or any number of other things that they've tried, they haven't been able to hit on anything. It's one of those, and then those things they do hit on, like Google News, or not Google News, but Google Reader, they kill off. So Stadia actually has interesting promise, which you can see with all the cloud computing stuff that Sony and Microsoft are working on. But I don't necessarily want to say they were ahead of their time, but they definitely were the first horse really in the race, and they oh yeah, that one's empty. I can put stuff in it. Yeah, they're the first out of the gate, and with that came, other issues. On the other hand, I hear that was one of the best ways of playing Cyberpunk 2077 was on Stadia. Partly because playing through Google's cloud service was about the only way to have enough horsepower to actually play the game. Which is one of the reasons that cloud gaming could be really interesting for a lot of people. It's like, hey, if I don't have to upgrade my console every couple of years, this could be, and still play all the new games, this could be a really good thing as a consumer. Yeah, someone who's selling consoles, maybe not quite as much, but yeah, it can be really interesting. So, yeah. Anyway, so Twitter's wanting to try this thing. They're calling it Project Blue Sky. Or if you want to talk about it in a Russian accent, it is Project Bluski. Yeah, sorry. Anyway. So yeah, Project Blue Sky is this proposal that Twitter's got going on that allows, we basically set up an open protocol for social media companies to basically be able to federate and say, hey, you can contact, for example, you could email musicfreegaming at Twitter, or email message musicfreegaming at Twitter, even if you're over on, Facebook or someplace else. Problem is, a lot of the social media companies aren't thrilled with the idea because then you're not locked in, right? User lock-in is a wonderful thing for tech companies, right? If it's hard for you to move, you're more likely to stay, right? The only reason I still have my Facebook account is mostly to communicate with my family, and of course all of the marketing nonsense I have to do for the channel. Let's hope I never end up having to use Facebook gaming to stream, because it doesn't. It's not great. Okay, so let's see. I'm not even sure it's going to be worth the effort to pick those up right now. Because this system is slower. Yep, sounds like it jammed again. Wow. All right. These first 4 boxes are all stone, so. Yeah, the problem is they're feeding in because of the because of this chest, actually, I think, more than anything else. Because I've got 2 hoppers feeding into that one dropper or dispenser that's spitting out, and I had to slow it down because it was feeding these hoppers too fast. So, yeah, I think That's definitely part of the issue here. Alright, so we'll just clean this stuff out. Alright, I was hoping to avoid that, but it's my own fault for filling up this chest. Okay, and that one's... Heck, I think... Alright. Oh yeah, that one's almost empty too, actually. Go ahead and pull the stone out, because that's... Look, I have an item sorter. It's called My Hands. Okay, that one's... I think this one I can pull out too, because of... And everything here is just packed. Okay, well... Cool, so those are actually mostly done. So let's do this. Let's take out all of this stuff, and I'll just take... Alright, I'll just take all this stuff, throw it in this chest. That's unusual. I've seen that happen a couple of times. I'm not entirely sure why it's happened, but it absolutely has. Is that every once in a while things get caught here and don't make it up to the top. It happens. It's a thing. Yep. So, good. So those are starting to... well, this one's starting to clean out that way. So these should all be empty at this point. Cool. All right. Well, time to go fill them again. And yeah, as long as I leave that chest out of it, should be okay. Okay, yeah, these guys are... Yeah, as long as I don't decide to go throw other things in the chest, I can drop this stuff in the hoppers and, you know, let them drain that way. It should be fine. If I'm smart about it, I will place them so they face up so I can open them. All right. Go ahead and... Oh, again, look, manual sorting. It's the wave of the future. Okay, so, you know, what's the whole point of having a sorting system if you can't sort it all manually, right? All right, so I really... So I'm saying I did want to get back to here, but... Yeah, I think this is going to be fairly good here at this point. No, I'm going to make myself do it. I don't know why, but I know I am here. Because I'm just gonna sit here and clean out a little bit more, because obviously I have reasons. And also gravel. Lots and lots of gravel. Okay. All right. So basically what I'm looking at doing now is I've got a couple of things I need to sort out. So I've got this big keep area. Now back here, I've got a tunnel. Or, well, tunnel. I've got a path into, yeah, path back into this bridge, really, that's going to lead into, you know, this castle here. Right? Because, you know, you got castles within castles. All right, so let's get over here. I'm just going to take these blocks off. A little bit carefully there. Okay. All right, so how are we doing light-wise? Looks like we're okay. That's sort of important, you know? All right, so drop that off. Cool. All right, so I've got this walkway heading out here into the bridge, which I want the door to be centered here, because if I don't, it's going to bug the heck out of me if it's not centered. Take that coal out of there too, because I'm definitely going to want that for myself. Now, I was going to set this up as sort of a garden path. So I was going to run decorations along the sides of the walls, grass, trees, all that good stuff, right? This is going to be pretty. That's the plan. And then the prettiness comes over here, over into the castle where, well, it comes out this way. Now, okay, make sure that's good. All right, and then yeah, that'll lead into the castle there somewhere. How exactly, I'm not entirely sure. What this is all going to look like. I haven't even decided if I'm going to take out a lot of this stone here or not. Part of me wants to leave it as part of the natural mountain, but it's on the inside of the wall here. It's not on the outside. That built up that way. So I kind of think I want to tear this out to make this tower symmetrical. Just as it straddles this wall. Right, it's symmetrical on this side, and then, you know, do whatever over there. Right, so that's that. So I've got this whole mess here that I need to do stuff with. Okay, let's go take that out. All right, so I'm gonna need some sort of walkway or hallway going here. Now this is a fairly narrow build at that point if I do that. So let's see. So I've got some stone, lots of stone actually. So let's turn this into brick. And let's take a look at what's going on over here. Let's also put blocks in the right place, because that's typically how Minecraft works. Actually, I think I want to make that smaller. Or smaller, make this... make it a bigger arch, because smaller and larger are the same thing, right? That's totally the same thing. All right, so this is, what's that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I could, let's take that out. All right, now let's put some of this back. Yeah, I could sort of arch that. Yeah, maybe grab some stairs and just build an arch. But I think that'll work. That'll be a good, since 5 blocks across, which gives me basically 3 blocks on either side of this walkway that I can play with for decorations and stuff. It's going to narrow the walkway just a bit, but that's fine, because that was the natural hillside, right? The cliff sort of comes up this way and does the same thing over here. So that's going to be fine. I can narrow that out and it'll be okay. It'll actually be kind of cool, I think. Now this, so this is up here. Now what I haven't decided yet is how exactly I want this up here to work. Now I could tear this down back to Y78, right, and just charge through and clean that out even more, right, which would be fine. but I don't know. So for now, it's just sort of sitting here. Okay, so I guess the next thing to do here is figure out what the heck I'm doing. Which is always an interesting question to ask yourself. It's like, all right, I'm here. Now what? Okay, now I was talking last week about wanting to build a thing. So basically what I was thinking of doing is building a some form of throne room, perhaps, something along those lines. I've considered like a chapel type thing. Either would work. Okay, so those are all empty. Cool. Right, so, something along those lines that would allow me to. I want something that's with a little bit of majesty to it, which is why I'm thinking throne room or chapel. But this is going to have that floor I was talking about. So I think what I want to do, first off, is I'm going to take this coal out. There's a lot of coal here. For some reason, there's a lot here in this mountain that was theoretically buried deep, but now is just like right here. Okay, and boy, there is a lot of it. Not that not that I need the coal. I actually do, partially. I mean, it's either that or start playing with charcoal for torches. And honestly, I don't want to do that, so. Alright, well, let's see. This one had stuff in it. Cool. Let's go throw that one. Oh. Throw that one on the sorter. Okay, turn the overlay off. Yeah, so that's where things are going to become sort of interesting. There is. What the heck do I want to do with anything? Okay, that one had some stuff in it. Yeah. Alright, so let's just... well, some of this I can go ahead and throw in. Oops, not the stone brick. That's... okay, cool. So, now... that goes about its sorting business. There's actually one thing I need to be a little bit cognizant of is if this fills up a little bit too much, I may have to do some other things to it. But because it'll, one of the things I realized is that if these chests fill up, right, it'll fill up these filters, and then they'll start draining everything else, and that's not good. So I have to keep an eye on this. All right, see if it gets a little too high, it can start causing problems. So, you know, kind of trying to avoid that. You know, it's one of those things. I'd really like to not have problems here. So. Okay, and then of course I've got the overflow happening here, and I've got lots and lots of coal ore. I think I made this one, yeah, because as I've thrown the boxes on their chests, they've had stone brick. They get sorted in here. It's a thing. Okay, so now. Alright, so basically this is just... oh, right, that one is empty because there's nothing in it. These guys are kind of sort of getting there eventually as it clicks its way through all of this stone. Gonna help that along just a bit. Okay. Yeah, I have plenty of stone here. Yep. Okay. There we go. We'll just let that all drain down here. It'll get there eventually. I think I actually want to take out some of that. Throw the stone brick here. So what I'm going to do now is, now that I've got some of this cleaned out, is that I'll need to clean out a lot of this stuff too. But that may be for another diggy day. However, this is bugging me. Not for any particular reason, it just is. Okay. Maybe just because it's sticking out there and I don't want it to stick out. It's just... it's sticking out in a way that I'm not happy with. That's just... Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just clear out all of this internal stuff. Okay, come on. You can do it. You can. You can land and be great. All right, cool. All right, so we'll throw that stuff in there. That'll go into the sorting box eventually. All right, so let's say I pull this out this way. I kind of like the idea of having at least partially. Now, I could open this up some more, but I like the idea of having a little bit of a gap here. It just sort of makes that doorway seem more of a doorway. All right. And as I play with this, now one of the things I could do here as I look at how this is all laid out is, do I build a little bit more involved gate, right? As if this could close and be solid. So one of the things I failed to do over here when I built this up is this looks really cool. And if you want to see what this looks like, there it is. It looks really cool, but it doesn't close, which can be okay. But given that, okay, this is the keep, there's the city out that's going to be growing up out here. Yeah, it should look like it closes. Doesn't, but it should look like it. Talked about the importance of having a backstory to your build. That's why. So you can helps inform those design decisions. In any case, let's bring this wall this way a bit. Okay, and I'm going to bring this all the way back over to here. All right, let's go ahead and just take that one down. All right, so let's see. Did I leave a dark spot? I did. Okay, a couple of them. All right, cool. So I've got this area, and if I bring this back to, say, here. Okay. And okay, yep, that's lit for now. Go ahead, just drop a couple more torches. Just because I'm going to be covering up or taking that out here one of these days. Okay, so this becomes a fairly significant chunk here. Oops. All right. All right, so this is a fairly good sized space. Now, as I said, I've got a little bit of space under here, but I'm kind of thinking I don't want to bring that out like that. Okay, I'm kind of thinking I want to leave that. I don't want to open up to the world above from here. Now what I could do is cut out a little room here, but you know, something off to the side. Like if I were to build, so here's a thing. For example, if let's say I was going to build this as a throne room, right? Which is perfectly cool. One of the things I could do would be to carve this out as a staircase and build the private quarters of the royal family above the throne room, right? Makes perfect sense. The king would have his own walkway, you know, private entrance down in here, so he doesn't have to mingle with the rabble, right? In order to come and do his kingly duty, which also he has a private bathroom for that. When the king does his kingly duty, he does it in private. All right, so that's an idea then. So what I was going to do, let's see, is how far back do I want this to go? Or do I want to... here's the other option. Is if I were to extend this out from here. Okay. And actually, this isn't a bad design either. Right, so the reason why this would be interesting is there's sort of an antechamber, right? A waiting room. This room becomes big and square, which is okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. This becomes a waiting area with, you know, guards potentially stationed here. You've got a door coming in on this side, say right about there, right? That might be a door coming in, or if you have a couple of them on either side, right? So you come in this way, or even, which this actually is even a better idea from a security standpoint, put the door in here, right? So if the idea is you've got the main entrance to the castle here. If someone were to storm the castle gates and then turn, this is solid wall. To get into the throne room, you'd have to come around this way, through here, and then in, which gives the defenders an advantage because the attackers would have to come around this way. They end up clumping up a little bit. So, yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Kind of like that possibility, actually. Well, that's another interesting idea, too. So, I've got the bridge going up there to that fort. If I build King's private quarters up this way and down, I might have a tunnel that comes underneath this over here that goes inside this fort. For whatever purpose this fort has, I haven't... Again, backstory. I don't know that yet. I don't know what given its placement, this fort is really sort of an outer garrison. Sort of a watchtower. It's watching the approaches from the castle to the castle from this stretch of ocean. You know, from that savannah over there. You know, and polar bears. You never know when the polar bears are going to attack, and you may want to sound the alarm. So, I can actually I say actually a lot. Sorry. I don't mean to say actually as much as I do, but I do. It happens. Okay, good. These are starting to empty out. Which is good. That one's full. This one's empty. That one's getting there. This one's sort of getting there. As it feeds through a lot of stone that's been sitting in the hopper. Cool. All right, I think just to ease my mind, I'm going to take some of this stone and I'm going to slap it over here. just makes me feel a little bit better about the potential of filling up the storage. So what I'd like to do, and I don't think I have the talent, is to put an auto shut off on those hoppers. Like, oh, when they get too full, lock them so things just continue on down the line. But okay, so let's swing back this way as that does its thing. Okay, so I'm going to make this the throne room. Step one, let's get these shulkers out of the way. All right. I just want to move them over here because I'm going to be doing some stuff with the floor. Okay, so those are going to go there. At least for now. Okay, so I think the plan then is this floor is going to come out, right? All of this stone is going to be replaced. And what I'm going to replace it with is glass. Because what I want to do is sort of I want to do a reflected room. Okay? Again, it's one of those things, I saw it on Pinterest, it seemed cool. It seems like a fun thing to do, right? So it's going to be a reflected floor. I'm going to build up the throne room here using whatever blocks I want to do. And then under the floor, I'm going to dig out however high this is and rebuild the throne room underneath this floor, but in a thematic negative. I don't want to necessarily be a photo negative because that'd be tough to do with the blocks I've got. But where this side would be all sweetness and light, underneath would be darkness and scary, right? And that would be sort of the idea of it's a reminder to everybody that things can go bad and we should probably avoid that, right? Somebody thought this was a good idea, so, and that somebody being me as the hopefully benevolent dictator of the realm. If you're going to be a dictator of a realm, you want to be a benevolent one, right? It's less likely that your subjects will then rebel and try to kill you. Because honestly, that's not the best way to go. Okay. Yeah, so this will work. It sits here at the widest part of the castle, or at least the widest part of this section of the castle. Okay. I think the castle actually gets wider down there, but this will be the throne room, the royal quarters. Back this way, maybe I'll turn this into, I don't know, administrative areas and I don't know what all. And then back here is, basically storage. And this is the end of this castle right here. And then over here will be town and all this stuff. So this building right here with the fancy door, this is the seat of the government of this walled city. Okay. The city extends out this way quite a ways, right? And I'm going to be building up more castles and walled areas and all that stuff. They were originally built to house and defend the population. But the population has now been able to outgrow them. They've got outer cities. It's a big walled city with multiple castles and fortifications to protect them from all the dangers of the dark forest. The thinking here, I think, is the way the backstory is going to go, is there was somewhat less danger coming from the ocean. Right. Sure, you might get some drowned and stuff, but coming out of the dark forest, that's where you get creepers and zombies and skeletons and things. I'm going to terraform this to wall it off. Yeah, I might as well fall down here. So terraform this into a larger pool. And then I'm going to do fog of glass type over this. And I may end up turning this water that's here into a small squid farm. You know, just for the grins and the giggles. And eventually the glow squids. Right? All right, so this antechamber is coming this way. All right, I'm going to leave that open for now. So where do I want to put the doors? Now, there are a couple of ways to approach this. One is that you put the doors in the middle. So when they open directly into the throne room, and you look out, and as you walk through, you immediately see the majesty of the king and how wonderful and all of that good stuff, right? The other option is to have two sets of doors. But I think what I want to do is just do one. So let's see. I want to center the doors from inside. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and I lost count. I can't count beyond 7, guys. Sorry, it's beyond my skills. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's going to put the middle of this room right here. Now, I think it's an odd numbered room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so it's an odd numbered room, which makes a single double door somewhat impractical. It just messes with things. So if I do this then as a double door, kind of like this. It's what happens when Albus clones himself. You get double door. That's not even a good joke. Harry Potter would be happy to kill you for that joke. He'd Avada Kedavra that for you for that joke. Yeah, probably. So one of these days I might even be able to pronounce Avada Kedavra without stumbling over it. Okay, so let's say I put some doors here. Okay, now from the throne perspective, okay, you want it to be a long walk because you want people to have time to contemplate your splendor as you sit there upon the throne. Okay. And so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, odd numbers. Great at times and awkward and annoying at other times. All right, so I'm going to leave that there. What I might do actually is shift this door over this way. There's some... Okay, there's some reason why you may want to put a door in the middle of a room. And there are other times where you want to maybe shift it over to the side here a little bit. In this case, if you're an invading army sprinting over, that's a sharp turn. You got to slow down. And you end up getting crowding issues here. Yeah, they get trampled. It's all good. Then trying to get your battering ram through, you got to pivot. You know, it's going to be an issue. Plus, if I do it this way, okay, 3 blocks, only 1 is in the right place. Plus, if we do it this way, then it's easier to, okay, you can post some guards here, some guards over there. Or maybe you put the seating, waiting area seating over here. And then, you know, guards and other things sit in this area. You know, door wardens, right? They're sitting here close to the door. These guys have to wait over here. Right? It's a thing. I'll figure out something. Now I put this wall here. I could even, since that's where the throne room is, I could push this wall back this way. Okay. So for now, I'll leave it, but I like the possibility of pushing this wall back over here. Just widening this antechamber just a bit. Okay, giving it a little bit more space. One that'll give me more space to build. Because it's not like I'm lacking for room over here. Yeah, I like that idea. All right, cool. Well, let's meander over here. Check on the sorting. Grab a nap. Okay, that one's done. Okay, those are all done. Cool. Okay, and they'll end up getting sorted into the far chest eventually. Actually, I'll just pick them up now because that seems like a better idea. Okay, yep, definitely a shulker unloader is gonna be high on my things to build, I think. Okay, cool. Yeah, if I end up seeing that this one's starting to get starting to fill this chest, then I could do something like, oh, I can just temporarily come in here, or well, the filter hopper on the other side, and just let it do its thing. Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, so how's it going, Fix? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fabulous day today. All right, so the doors to the throne room are going to be here. Oh, you know what? I should have. Well, should have grabbed an axe and pulled one of those crafting tables over here, but that's all right. I am on an SMP. Yes, this is a this is Mandolin's nerdy server. It's a semi-public server. It's for members of her community. Okay, so if I bring this, so let's bring this across. The center of this is right there. Now I'm not going to leave those blocks there, but that'll mark the center for me anyway. Okay. There, that. Whoops. Well, that's fine. I need to take those blocks out anyway. It's just allowed to join. I can't grant access. That's something you'd have to be a member of her community for and go through her application process. But she's an awesome streamer, so I highly recommend following her. And that's Mandolin.
Shout out to Mandolin.
And yeah. Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to be building the throne here. Now, I think what I want to do is build a backdrop, and the throne itself is going to be up on a dais a little bit. So it's going to be up a little bit from floor level, which you sort of expect. The king should be above everybody, right? Because the king is superior to all in every possible way except all of them. Mandolin hosted the channel. Awesome. So, let's see now. What do I want to do for a backdrop here? Now, I'm going to stick to lighter color blocks for the backdrop because I'm going to be flipping and doing a dark mirror version of it underneath the floor here. So this all is going to come out, become glass. So let's see, what do I want to do here? Now what I could do is kind of crib the design I took from this, right? I've got something sort of along those lines, right? I could take that. The other option is I've got these sort of shield things coming up on the outside of the castle. Right, I could use something along those lines. The reason why I would think I might not want to do that is that this is going to be really difficult to get sort of a dark, evil version of. So I may want to leave those on the outside. This I might be able to do because you replace the warped wood with like acacia, right? Something along those lines. Okay. All right, so I think I've got some brick here. I think one of these boxes, I'm fairly certain, has some. Again, sorting things. All right, and those are all empty because I just put them there. All right, well, that happens. It happens. Okay. I thought I had a few more of those, but maybe I dropped them elsewhere. It would not surprise me. It's like, where did you put them? I don't know. One of the many chests and things I've got floating around here somewhere. Okay. Yeah, those are all empty. I should just go put them up on the wall. All right, so let's start off with something here. Now, this back wall here, this is fixed. I can't push into this wall. Okay, because it kind of looks like that looks like a really jacked up Pokemon. Got the weird eyes, funky mouth, nose above the eyes. Anyway, so this wall is the outer wall of the castle. Right, if you flop up this way, flop, fly, it's the same thing. Right, now it's the outer wall of the castle. So I can't go through that. So if I build up and out, it's going to have to come at me, which is perfectly acceptable. All right, so let's start off. Okay, let's start off by putting some blocks here. Okay, now that is, what is that? 4 blocks from the side? Yeah. So the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, because symmetry is a lovely thing. Maybe what I'll do, let's do this. Do I want to, this actually isn't a bad thing. You look at it story-wise, right? So the backstory is that this is a throne room, which puts, you want to put the king in the center. If I angle these walls in, what that does is it makes the throne the center of what you're looking at here. Okay. Now those might be a little close. I may want to slide them back this way, right? Come back in here a little bit, but let's continue to build this up. And let's see. Oh, now that I dug all this out, how do I want to? I guess the next thing is, where is the dais and where's that going to sit? I think I'm going to. Do I want to do that with brick or do I want to do that with wood? That is a very good question that I do not have an answer to. There would be something to be said for actually doing it in the warped crimson stuff. If I do it in warped wood, right, make that the focus of that. I kind of want to. I want to add some color. The catch with adding color is that how do I do the evil mirror? So that's gonna be fun. But let's start out with wood. So All right. These guys are not doing me any good here because they're empty. Let's actually go find some materials to build with, shall we? Got all diggy over here. Okay, so those are empty. That one's got a couple of things. I'll just drop that on the sorter. There. You just sit there and do your thing. Now, one of these boxes, there we go. See, crying obsidian is going to be fun to use in this too, but I don't know quite how I want to do that. Grab some of those. Great. And then I just happen to have an extra crafting table, so this is coming with me. You are coming with me to the beach. Except it's not really a beach. It's a throne room. And, you know, that's okay. All right, so let's see here. Ooh, actually, what could be fun is if I build this up with, if I build it up with the warped stem logs. That would be fun. Okay. I would have to craft. I think I have to definitely want to craft a few of those, so I don't have the outer stem. But let's just do it with the stem, and we'll start from there. All right. So let's see. Let's go from here. Now, do I want to? Now, I like to use this stuff sort of checkerboarded. I'm going to strip it. Well, that's just not how that's supposed to go at all. Okay, so... Right, you see, oops, again, with the whole wrong place at the wrong time type thing. Right, so... Come in here like this, right? And strip that. That's... not too bad. It's squeaky, but, you know, squeaky can be fun. You know what? My bed is right next to my teleport point. Let's just beam in and beam out. All right. I think this guy should be empty now, so we'll just let that go. All right. Cool. So if I use this. All right. So let's go ahead and just run this across this way. Checkerboarding all the way, because checkerboarding is a fun. Unless you like to chessboard your way across, and then it's totally different. All right, just beam over here. I think this box still has a bunch of random garbage in it, which it does, so I'll just come with it. Haha! See, you start leaving random garbage around, eventually it becomes useful. Alright, so, go ahead. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I tend to just keep random garbage around, just in my inventory and random boxes all over the place. You know, it's... Okay, so what I have discovered here is that one of these things is not like the other. All right, so I've got one of these wrong. This is the center, so it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, there. Okay, you know. Okay, so I put those in the wrong place. It happens. All right, cool. So let's take out then a little bit of this wood. That. Cool. Oh, it's so squeaky. At least it's not quite the slurpy sound that you get from the honey blocks, but oh, it's so slurpy or so squeaky. Okay. Okay, that torch needs to go. So I'll strip all these logs in a minute. But for now, let's start. So that's actually an interesting thought. If I... Do I want to really warp this in, or do I want to leave it square? Oh. Huh. Well, that's annoying. All right, back to storage I go. Oh, you know, I'll tell you, this teleporting back and forth does all sorts of fun stuff for my replays. All right. Okay. In fact, I ended up with one artifact that I couldn't quite figure out how I was going to sort out, so I just didn't. When I did a little bit longer thing. All right. I done screwed up. Okay, so this is the center, and you can see I'm off. This room is an odd number of blocks, so... Okay, so the question is then, do I want to move this side over that way, or do I want to move this side in? And the short answer is I don't know. If you have suggestions, it's really a question of do I want the room to be wider or narrower up there. And I think the way I want to do this is let's make it something. Also, just realized this block is wrong. No matter what else happens, that block is now potentially correct. Okay, so I actually want to widen it because I want a little bit more space this way. So let's go ahead and take this out. All right, so these are going to come up here. All right. Yeah, so this will work. Oops. Well, other than the fact I tore out the wrong block, that was just fine. Okay. Hey, Jerry! Welcome, welcome. And a happy nom nom to you as well. Hope you're having a fabulous day. All right, so let's see now. This is going to come this way and now that way. All righty. So that's going to go sort of kind of along those lines in a way that makes some semblance of sense if you close your eyes and imagine real hard. All right. Cool. So this is going to come up. Just slap that there for now. All right. That'll work. In fact, I think I want to bring this out. I think I want to bring it out even with this other section of curve here. I don't know if I've got light under there or not, but hey, let's keep things going. So how's it going, Jerry? Hopefully your afternoon is good after giving White Lion such a hard time today. Total inconsistency. That's the catch. Okay, so it's the other button to strip the log. Okay, one button removes it. The other one peels its skin. It's also an important tip for dealing with people. Okay, you push the button one way, they'll be your friends, or maybe they'll just leave. You push the button another way, you peel off their skin. It's really something you should be aware of. I gave Lion a free pass today. Okay. That's right. Nice. Yeah. Yep, with her panda fun over there. Okay, so this is going to go this way. The throne's going to be... Let's put the throne there. Sure, that'll be fine. Actually, let's just switch to a different block here just to make it a little bit more obvious. And maybe I could actually move the block into my inventory there. Okay, yeah, so that's going to be where the throne goes. All right, so that's... Okay, so that's kind of cool. Now, I think I'll want to replace these blocks so you don't see the tree rings. Yeah, netherite, that would be the thing. Actually, I say that. I don't have a lot of netherite. I haven't gone cruising for it. But here's what's going to happen here, Jerry. I'm going to build this up, and this is going to be a throne room of light and joy. I'm going to tear out most of this floor, replace it with glass, and I'm going to build an evil version of it upside down under the glass, like a dark reflection under the floor. So the netherite blocks, if I decide to do that, so the problem with netherite blocks is you don't have netherite stairs. Oh yeah, it's going to be amazing. But because I don't have netherite stairs, I can't use it to shape the throne. So for example, if I were to build this throne out of quartz, for example, right? Then I could use blackstone, and I could still use all the stairs, and I can do smooth blackstone, right? That type of thing. But using something like netherite or concrete, I lose all of the shaping possibilities. And because the other room is upside down, I'm going to have some issues using fences and things. Fences, walls, and those types of things, because they're not symmetrical flipped. So as I build this, I have to keep that inverse in mind. So yeah, so this is going to be fun. And I blatantly stole this idea from Pinterest. Now, the Pinterest picture I saw actually did a pure mirror. So it was with the top level, the glass, and then just mirrored. I'm going to do a dark mirror, so that's going to be fun. Oh, that's why you need mods. Yep. Well, it's... Wool is good, but it lacks that sort of, staircase quality. Okay, so if I then take this and let's build out some stairs. Now, I think what I want to do here is, my first thought is let's build a spot where I can put some fire, right? Except fire doesn't burn upside down, so that's need to be out. Or that's going to be out. So let's take some stairs. And I think let's run them this way. All right, so that's going to go like that. All right, and then what I can do is let's continue the logs out here like this. Got some monster bait hanging out outside the wall over there somewhere. Okay, so if I do that, I'm going to peel this. All right. I think I may want to put some slabs here or something along those lines. Or let's do this. Let's take those out. Let's go ahead and put in some stairs here. Okay, and if I put slabs here in those corners, maybe in those corners, and out the sides there a little bit, that might work okay. So let's go ahead and slabificate here. I should probably sleep. I've been pretty good about sleeping, so I'm not too worried about phantoms, but I haven't totally spawn-proofed this whole island yet. And the outside wall has a big gaping hole in it. So, this way. This way! I must go this way! It's over here. Yeah. Well, mobs are only my friends when I can automatically grind them and use their drops to my benefit. See? Big gaping hole. It looks out over some beautiful icebergs, but, Okay, so if I take some slabs, let's drop these down here. Okay, that's a little bit wrong. Okay, actually, I should probably get the hammer off of that now. It is, it is going to be good. Now I'm going to, you won't be able to see it much from here, though. Because if I, well, if I put a window, I'm going to be seeing this outside wall. The plan is, as much of a plan as I have, is I'm going to build the throne room. Above the throne room, I'm going to put in the royal living quarters. So they're going to be looking out over this wall. Now, here's what I've got going on. Right, so coming out over here, got this little walled path out to that fort. I'm going to put a lighthouse or something here. This is the outer wall of the castle. I could do some stained glass in this area here. This wall I'm going to leave pretty solid, I think. Though I may put some glass out in this area. Okay, and then the castle sort of rounds out and ends over that way. So yeah, a nice picture window for whatever the king's quarters are doing would make all sorts of sense. On the other hand, it is a castle, so you keep those sensibilities in mind, right? Okay, so let's see. So that's going to go that way. Okay, so that's not bad at all. Kind of like that. Yeah, I want to replace these logs with the capped, the high-fa stuff. Okay, but which I'll do once I'm sure of where everything is. I like that. Do I want to? No, I don't like that. It's going to take that out. Okay. So that's going to go there like that. In fact, if I use the warped on this side, I can use the crimson on the other. That might be good. Acacia might be good too. It's going to be a little bit of a toss-up which way I go with that. Oh, so first, hyphae is this? It's the logs that don't have the, it's like the warp stem or warp logs that are the bark all the way around. And as how I'm doing the survival, Mandolin is a kind and benevolent overlord and has granted us the ability to fly. Yep. Yeah, that's, I always forget what they're called too, but since I just moused over it and saw the name, I did that. So, all right. So that's going to go, that's going to go there like that. All right. Now I think, let's see. Oh, no. I was just thinking I could do some fun things with cauldrons and water in them, but I can't do upside down cauldrons, so I can't use those. It's a little bit limiting in the blocks I can use here. Okay. But he's fine. He's okay. We're gonna be floopy. All right, let's go get some. I don't have any here. So the armor stand book add-on exists, but it's only for the admins and mods to use. All of us poor unfortunate souls, we have to do without, which is probably for the best. We would definitely abuse it. Okay, I'm going to take some honey too. Now the fun thing with the honey is, aside from the fact it looks really cool when you shine light through it, is it'll work for both the it can work for both the good and the dark mirror. So I could actually do some fun stuff there. Yeah. No one's abused it yet? Well, that's cool. Yeah, I had a so Jerry, you'll appreciate this. So this is my vault. In my castle, I had let my villagers get a little bit too frisky. And so now I have my villager wall. And I also have a few other villager heads. So, yeah. Yes, it is completely encased in bedrock. This is the, everyone can get a vault built. So, mine's probably a little smaller than what I would necessarily want these days, but it works. So, yeah, I got a little kill happy with the villagers because I had so many, it was causing ridiculous amounts of lag. So, yeah. Yeah. White Lion is. We give her a hard time. She's actually not bad at it, but it's not hard to start building a collection of villager heads that would make a couple of warlords take a moment and say, dude, you may want to chill out here just a little bit. All right, so I think I want to come up to approximately this height, right? So if the chair's sitting up about here, maybe I want to go up one more. If I bring this across this way, okay? Then let's come back here with a little bit of honey. Oh, still called the hands and armor stands. That makes sense. That makes all sorts of sense. What I'm going to do here is let's bring some honey up this way. Okay. That's a lot clearer than I remember, but maybe I'm just used to seeing it through the shaders and I've turned the shaders off. Can't get the... Oops. All right. Let's go scorching. Scorchy. Okay, so come back here with the glowstone. Because I like putting the light behind it. So the honey is great because it gives you this cool golden look that's a little smoother, but it's because it's not quite as transparent as glass. You get a fun look. I don't have a custom texture, but you're right, that does seem really clear. I wonder if it's... Because I don't think I've got anything in my mod pack that should clear that up. I'm curious now. Hang on. Let's go take a look over here. I don't think so. I don't think Mandolin's been forcing anything like that. Yeah, those are showing clear too. Huh. Interesting. See, I have all sorts of fun with fire. But... Huh. Interesting. All right. Yeah, those do seem a lot clearer than typical. Normally you don't see through them. Actually, you know what? Let's see, I'm still on 116.4. The server did get upgraded to 116.5. So maybe there's a little bit of something there. I haven't quite updated my client yet. Yeah, there is a 1.16.5. It's network compatible. I think they fixed a security hole in the Minecraft server. That's the only update there was to it. Ah, no forced textures. Awesome. Yes. And hello, Mandolin. Welcome. So, let's see then. So yeah, because that honey is looking super clear. This is ultra filtered honey right going on, so. That's right. All right, so let's take a look at something. I want to put a little something else in there. I may make those columns a little higher, but I need to see where else I'm going with this. And I don't think I want to actually make this square here. I think what I want to do is, I think I want to curve this just a touch. Now, building arches with blocks, since I won't really have the stairs, is a little weird, but I can get smooth stone slabs. In fact, I think I have those. I think so. I think so. There they are. I got some. Actually, I think I have some back here too. So there's a llama storming the castle. Ah, wait a minute. It's late. How did it get late all of a sudden? Okay. Well, apparently it is getting time for me to stop. Holy mackerel, where did the time go? I stopped digging out the mountain and suddenly time started going faster. All right. Well, I'm going to have to do something about that here in a minute. Alrighty. All right. But first, I want to play with this arch here just a little bit. So let's come back under here, kind of like this. Maybe take this top one off. Okay. That's not too bad. So I may have to play with that a little bit. I know, time is just silly like that, you know? It is what it is. Okay, but I really do need to stop. So, alright, so let me go. I always like to stop someplace safe, so I'll jump back to my vault over here. But that's starting to become an interesting look. And it's going to be really fun getting the dark mirror stuff on the other side of that throne room once I get that built. So I like where this is going. This is going to be all sorts of fun. All right. On that note, let's go ahead. Whoosh on over here. I do want to fire up the end credits. I want to thank all of you for joining me today. It's been fun. My next stream is Thursday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So be sure to check that out. And then I stream, of course, Saturday at 7:30 in the morning. So, yeah, all sorts of fun. Also, check out my Patreon at patreon.com/musicfreegaming, where I do have exclusive content for subscribers, all that fun stuff. And, of course, on the socials. I really need to get my TikTok up there, too, because I can TikTok dance. I can't TikTok dance. I can't. No, that's not a thing that happens. TikTok dancing is not my thing. But, yes, so good night, Jerry. I'm going to take a look, too, see if there's anyone around to raid. So if you want to hang around for that. So, yeah, so that's going to be fun. And, yeah, so let's, speaking of raiding, let's see who's around. Let's see, channel. All right. You know, I rated Crimulus just the other day. I don't really want to jump in there. Johnny Man's fun. He's just playing board games. I'm not sure I want to jump in on that one. Let's see if there's anyone on the team who's going. I kind of would like to stick with Minecraft, but yeah, that's about it. And I don't like raiding people I don't know because I never know what I'm getting into. So I guess. Oh, all right. Well, I guess that. I guess we're just gonna call it a night. So until next time. Oh yes, got no Minecraft on your list. Yeah. See, there are a couple of people. Loch Ness is really cool, but she's doing Warcraft and is a little bit on a more of the mature side of the spectrum, going from family friendly. It's not that cool. So, I said I just rated Crimulus. I don't really want to rate him again. I feel it's a little bit needy. So, and Crimulus is cool, but I think we'll leave that. So, we'll leave it for tonight. And until next time, be excellent to each other. This is Music Free Gaming signing off.